What is up, Cahir Club, and welcome back to another CahirLIVE live stream. How goes it? I hope everybody is having a great start to their week. I am tired as usual. It is Monday. Boo. But yeah, hello Brugger. I hope you're at least feeling a little bit better now. But yeah, today we are back with the Dunsparce hunting. We have gone a couple of weeks without one of these. This hunt has been very it's been very sparse lately. But today we are back on with it, which is pretty exciting, if I do say so myself. Pretty good. This is of course one of the longest hunts I've ever done. I don't know how many encounters we've been through, but we've been through 74 shinies. That's all I know. Encounters, no idea. Shinies, 74 of them. Oh no, I went too far up. 76. I've been through 76 of them. I only got 2 last stream, really? That's a really low amount. You know what, it's coming back to me now. Yeah, I did only get 2 last stream, didn't I? Let's hope for a bit better luck today. Yeah, that's not that many at all. Hopefully today bears more fruit. More Dunsparce shaped fruit, that is. That would be marketable. They should do that. Pokemon should start making Pokemon shaped fruit. I guess maybe the Nintendo need to make the elephant apples a real treat, you know? I'm not sure it could turn you into an elephant. I feel like that bit's unlikely. But, like, I feel like that could, be marketable. Right, I'm pretty sure it's salty and sour. We have got 19 spicy. 19! We've got 6 salty and 10 sour. We've got 19, spicy Herba Mysticas. That is so many. I barely even, like, understand how I've managed to... No, I know how I managed to go this far. I'm acting like I don't. I got this far by only doing this hunt for months straight. And always resetting. Oh god, this did not work. That's not gonna be a sandwich I want, is it? That went horribly. Why did it bounce so hard? That's devastating, honestly. I wish there was an easier way to skip through this bit, so I could see, like, the... That's such a sad sandwich. Single block of tofu on bread. Yeah, no, I would also have that response. I like just the very, like, generally there's a fist bump. Oh. We don't need to reset, actually. That worked. That is exactly the sandwich I needed. So there's no need to go back on that at all. Because we got just what was needed. What we wanted. From the saddest sandwich in the world. That would be unpleasant. Like, it wasn't even, like, well placed. You know? It was in the middle of the bread. Like, if you wanted to eat that, you would have to get through, like, so much just regular bread to get to the good part. Which is obviously the issue with the tofu tower sandwiches. First, to Dunsparce of the stream. Even if it's not a shiny, it is the... I wouldn't want a shiny wild one anyway, they don't spawn. And I know they don't now! I can guarantee the Triple Segment Dudunsparce do not spawn. And that is because you cannot get Triple Segment Dudunsparce outbreaks. Because outbreak Pokemon are only Pokemon that actually spawn. The only way to get Triple Segment Dudunsparce is via evolution, is via evolving a Dunsparce. And I think that is pretty interesting. But yeah, so that's why you can get shit like, what's it called? I pressed the button twice. Like, there's now another level of zoom. I don't know if that's DLC only. I don't know if you've got that without the DLC. But, like, that DLC update added a new layer of zoom along with the roto stick. I don't get why you need that. Like, I get why it's, like, why they had the idea, because it's like, oh, selfie stick, hee. Although I feel like selfie sticks haven't been that popular since, like, 2013. I don't want to slate, but I feel like the time of the selfie stick was quite a while ago. I don't think people really use those things anymore, right? I feel like I've not seen a selfie stick in a while, but then again, I've also not been, like, to a touristy place like that in a while, maybe? Maybe that's why I've not seen any. Again, I'll be going on a holiday at the end of the week. For a week. So I will keep an eye out for selfie sticks while I'm away, but I feel like selfie sticks aren't really that used anymore. At Day's End, I guess it's not, like, that big of a deal of an outdated reference. They wanted to, like, give an option for players to have, like, a more extended picture. So they were like, we'll add a selfie stick. But Rotom can float. Rotom floats. It could just float away. In fact, I'm pretty sure it does. In multiple pictures. Like, I think that's a thing that does actually happen. So I don't... It's an interesting idea. I'll give it that. I guess the CahirLIVE interesting idea seal of approval. But, I don't know, I'm also unsure about it being DLC locked. I guess it's a minor thing. But, I'm happy to have throwing styles back in the next DLC, though. Again, kind of sucky it's DLC locked. But I like that feature in Sun and Moon. I thought that was a pretty, like, funky one, you know? And I don't think it was in Sword and Shield. If it was in Sword and Shield, I just didn't notice. But I think it's a pretty funky idea to, like, actually, like, let you distinguish yourself on, like, how you send your Pokemon out into battle. So I'm looking forward to that coming back. I'm trying to remember how... Rob, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. And I hope your birthday was okay as well. Yeah, we are back with the Dunsparce hunt today. So far we are unlucky, but it's only been 5 minutes. Can I check behind the wall? I don't think I can. This is abysmal. Why can I not look through wall? I don't think there's anything behind the wall anymore. The Dunsparce that was behind the wall is gone now. I don't really know what happened to that guy. Got banished, I get. Maybe he fell off into the abyss and despawned. That wouldn't surprise me, actually. Oh, there we go! I was wrong. I was incorrect. We have got a shiny. As of right now. So I guess we hadn't. I was not wrong or incorrect, but like... Rob's entrance brought the shiny luck to a crescendo. And here's the Sparse. Here's the Dunsparce. If spotted, it escapes by burrowing with its tail. I don't know why I read that one out. There was no need to read that one specifically out. I just did. We know the Dunsparce entry. Okay, yeah. This is the new one. This is the one that I've had for a... I accidentally saved after a sandwich once, and I now have a regular shiny Dunsparce. To be fair, though, I would deem that necessary, you know? Oh, nice. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Had a nice dinner with parents. And awesome. The Duns are out. Indeed. Yeah, I've been playing Spider-Man today. Hell yeah. How's that been? I've seen a lot of fun gameplay from it. I don't have a PlayStation 5, so I can't really play it, unfortunately. But it does look pretty neat. Good graphics. Good stuff. I've seen people absolutely demolishing themselves while swinging, which I think is probably the funniest part of it. What was it called? Like, because there's this new thing where you can, like, spin around, basically. I don't know if that was in the original, but, like, you can, like, kind of, like, latch your web onto something and then, like, kind of spin 360 degrees around it. And people keep doing that and slamming themselves into, like, pipes sticking upwards on the top of buildings. Which seems like, an incredibly painful thing to happen. He needs to get needs to get into it more tomorrow, but it seems really fun. I'll have to try it. Like, it seems like a cool thing. Like, the movement in those games looks absolutely brilliant, you know? I guess that's kind of the point. But they look so satisfying to traverse around in. But, they look like good games in general, which is nice. Like, Spider-Man's had a really good last few years. Like, Marvel in general has kind of fallen off a bit. But Spider-Man's, like, peaked. For arguably the first time in a while. With all the stuff that's been, like, coming out with it. It's interesting because Miles Morales isn't even that old of a character, I found out. But he's kind of become, like, as much of a staple to Spider-Man as Peter Parker, which is cool. Like, it wouldn't surprise me if the MCU gets Miles sooner rather than later. I could imagine him being introduced in, like, the next film or something. But yeah. How much time left? 20 minutes and we've already got a shiny. That is actually quite impressive. Considering we only got 2 the entirety of last stream, apparently. I forgot about that. Like, that's but an echo in my mind. I didn't realize we'd gotten that unlucky. Who knows, maybe it's because, all the luck was saving for this stream specifically. We're gonna get the triple segment today, guys. Ooh. You're not really sure if Sony has given MCU Spider-Man anymore, but we'll see. I'd be surprised if not. Like, I know they had that dispute a bit ago, but, what's it called? Like, the last MCU Spider-Man got over 1 billion. Even if they're not, like, getting as much of that, like, cut of that profit as they'd like to be. Like, they're still surely earning a lot. Especially since they're, like, still in charge of, like, the merchandise and stuff, right? Like... And the more people who know about MCU Spider-Man, arguably, like, the more people who know about Spider-Man in other forms. So I'd be really surprised if that's the last we've seen of Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Unless, like, the MCU collapses in the next year or so. I feel like we'll probably get another Spider-Man movie. I would like that, fabled Andrew Garfield Spider-Man 3, though. I know a lot of people, what's it called? I'm not that big of a fan of Andrew Garfield. But, you know, to be fair, it probably would just be as good as the first two Amazing Spider-Man movies, wouldn't it? Now that I think about it for more than a second. I feel like people just want it because they want Andrew Garfield back and they like that guy, which is fair. I like that guy as well. Which it very much could, as in, Amazing Spider-Man 3. But yeah, those were the actual, like, main Spider-Men. You'd want the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 4. That's fair, that's fair. I feel like that could be an interesting one as well. Like, they could... I think it'd be cool if they brought Tobey Maguire back as Spider-Man to do, like, a Logan-style Spider-Man story, you know? Like, I don't know. I guess we've kind of already had all the Spider-Man grapples with being older issues. In... what's it called? In the Into Spider-Verse with Peter B. Parker. But I feel like that could be a fun story because a lot of people care a lot about Tobey. I mean, apparently, Peter B. Parker in Spider-Verse was originally going to be voiced by Tobey Maguire, or at least that was like their plans for him. But I'm not sure if they actively decided in the end or if Tobey just turned it down. But in the end, it disconnects Peter B. from Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, which is probably a good idea. But apparently Maguire is rumoured to be in the next Avengers film. Maybe, no, not the next Avengers film. The Avengers film after. Secret Wars. Who knows, maybe with the writer's strike we'll actually see a decent film again. Or maybe I'm just placing too much hope in Marvel. But, I don't know, if it can, like, be a... No, I don't think it could. I was gonna say if it can be, like, a Spider-Man No Way Home, then I think it would work well. Like, Spider-Man No Way Home, like... as, like... a movie... I don't think it was that great. As a... hype... like, movie-wise, I don't think it was good. But, like, the other Spider-Men coming back, Tom Holland's arc and stuff, I feel like there was good stuff in it, you know? I'm not sure if I'm making sense. You'd like that, but they seem pretty set on rehashing the same formula. Yeah, no, that's true. I don't know, part of me is glad that we, didn't have to watch Uncle Ben die again in the MCU. But another part of me, I don't know, I feel like they didn't show Uncle Ben dying, which meant they forgot he was even a thing. Like, it feels like he was never that pivotal part of Peter's evolution of, like, into Spider-Man, you know? Like, it feels like because they didn't show him on screen, they decided that he never had that character moment, almost. Because then they had to, like, rehash the moment with a different character in No Way Home. So, like, I don't know, I feel like, I mean, yeah, MCU Spider-Man could have been handled better. But I'm sure no one would dispute that. Mostly because, like, loads of Spider-Man fans have it out for Tom Holland, which I find funny. Like, there are two sides of, like, the MCU Spider... Like, of... No. There are two opinions on, like, MCU Spider-Man. There's the group that really fucking hate it because they feel like it's, like, untrue to the character and stuff. And then there's the side that really likes Tom Holland and Zendaya. Like, those are the two sides. Those are the two groups. Alright. I don't know, it's weird how this decade kind of turned out as the decade of multiverse stories. Because they're, like, going all in. I think he was, just fine in his first one, his first one he was a kid. Yeah, no, I think he was pretty solid. Like, I don't know, I quite like the, MCU Spider-Man films. Myself. I've not really watched the... I think I've watched the first Tobey Maguire one, but I've not really watched the other two, honestly. I need to get around to it at some point. So I guess with my benchmark just being Andrew Garfield, obviously my opinion's going to be higher, but obviously Spider-Verse as a series I'd rank 1,000,000 times higher than MCU. But yeah, it feels like we're kind of in a weird multiverse era this decade, and I don't really get why it's happened that way, because it feels like, while some properties are clearly just hopping on the multiverse train, it feels like other properties just happen to kind of, like, roll into it, you know? Like, Fiona and Cake was, like, focused on multiverse stuff. But I feel like that wasn't just because of the multiverse craze. I feel like that's because that was the natural story they wanted to tell. James, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We are shiny hunting for Dudunsparce today. For that triple segment. Still. You'd say you got it right in terms of Nerdy, Peter, and Quippy in the suit, which is why you're divided with Tobey and Garfield. Tobey was a good Peter and Andrew was a good Spider-Man. Yeah, no, that's what I generally hear. Yeah, that's what I generally hear with it. I don't know. While I do quite like Andrew's Spider-Man, I always find it funny how, like, it was very, like, mid-2010s of him to kind of be that style. But it really wasn't, like, the kind of nerdy character that Pete's meant to be. But yeah, I just have to wonder, like, why multiverse has become such a... You know what, I don't think I am wondering why. Now that I think about it for more than a second, there's not really much to wonder. Multiverse as a concept basically means that you can put, like, a bunch of characters from people's childhoods together. And, as we know, as Disney is constantly trying to do, nostalgia, like... Studios bank off nostalgia to, like, draw people in a lot. Like, there was, like, a time ago in, like, the 2010s when, like, the banking of nostalgia worked and was good, but it pretty quickly just evolved into, like, look, don't you know this? Don't you know this guy? Don't you know this property? What if this came back? Don't you know this? You know? And, like, multiverse kind of represents itself as, like, a... massive bastion of that after these companies have rebooted and reset these franchises 50 bazillion times. Because now they can be like, look, It's the character you grew up with, but in the modern one with the new guy. Isn't that cool? Don't you want to watch it? Like, multiverse is an interesting concept, and when done well, can be really cool. Like, Fiona and Cake was, like, genuinely wonderful. Spider-Verse is great. Absolutely, like, brilliant films. But the issue is it's so often relied on as a crutch to just be like, oh, look! Guys, look! It's the guy you like! It's the guy from when you were a kid! And he's in the modern one now, isn't that cool? Don't you want that? Like, it's just very pandery. Panda. Like, it looks like Deadpool's going down the multiverse route, and I really hope they're doing it to, like, parody this style of thing instead of, like, doing it sincerely. Because there have been a lot of rumors about who could be in it, and the director's actively, like, come out and said, yeah, no, if we had all of those actors in it, that would have been insane. But, like, we don't. Obviously, though, Deadpool 3's had really trouble production with, like, the strikes and shit happening, like, right down the middle. Like, I'm interested to see how Deadpool 3 will turn out in the end. Hopefully, I don't know, I don't have high hopes with all the shit that's happened, with cinema. And also, like, with the fact that, this is the first Disney-produced Deadpool film, basically. So if they try to, like, muddy the waters too much, make it too Disney-friendly, then, like... But we'll see. I don't know, speaking of 2010's properties, Deadpool feels like another one of those, you know? It'll be interesting to see how a Deadpool film holds up in the 2020s. That's the weird thing, it's hard to call, like, like, these are the 20s. Last, it was the 2010s. But they all seem to have the 2000 in front, you know? Like, you talk about the 1990s and everybody just calls it the 90s. But, like, the 2000s, it's always the 2000s, you know? The 2000 is, like, the benchmark point of it. And I feel like that's why the 2000s have kind of felt like a lot more of, like, a single entity. Because there's not really, like, a separation of that. But it doesn't really make sense. Like, the 20s, like, the 1920s, that was, like, 100 years ago. So, like, I'm sure the amount of people who were, like, alive at that time aren't exactly going to be, like, around to... Or, like, you know, they're not going to, like, complain that much if we start calling it the 20s. But, no, it's the 2020s. And that just confuses me, like... It makes me wonder what it's going to be like, in a century, when the 20s are around again. Like, are people gonna call it, like, the 2120s? Are they gonna call that the 20s? Are they gonna call this time the 20s? I guess the other arguable issue is, we've kind of settled on, instead of calling it 2000 and, we call it 20 number, you know, 2017, 2023, instead of 2023, because it's shorter. So we're kind of already in the 20s because of the way we refer to this millennium. Or I guess century. It's going to be whack once it hits 2100, though, because I bet people are going to view, like, the year 1000 to the year, like, 1999 as, like, a lot more of, like, a singular period. Maybe I'm entirely wrong on that, but, like... I feel like that's going to kind of like conglomerate in people's minds once we get to that point, because it will have been like so far out of human memory. Although I guess we won't really know until we get there. I'll have to just like hold on long enough, you know? Find out for myself. Or I could cryogenically freeze my brain. That would be a good shout. Stick a lollipop stick in it as well while I'm at it. I don't know, it's interesting because loads of people love freezing their bodies to be like, oh, let's freeze our bodies so it's preserved. But, like, we don't know if we will ever have the technology to bring someone back from being frozen. Like, can some things revive themselves from being frozen? Yes, that they can. We're not one of those things. But so many people have just kind of assumed that, oh yeah, we'll definitely be able to do that. We'll definitely be able to thaw out our bodies and, like, continue living one day. That'll be a thing. Like, it makes me wonder if that was an idea perpetuated by, like, TV, or if it was, like, an idea perpetuated by science that kind of worked its way into, like, pop culture. Well, culture, I guess, in general, not even just pop culture, but, like, the public consciousness is like oh yeah, there might come a day in the future where we can, like, de-thaw frozen people and they'll still be alive, you know? Like, we don't... Like, it's just interesting how many people are like, yeah, I'll freeze my body for when they can revive me, when they can fix... When they can just, like, bring me back from the dead. Like, there's no guarantee that that can be a thing, that's, like, a feasible option. But people have kind of decided it is, actually. We probably came from preserving food. It wouldn't be too far a stretch. Yeah, that's true. And again, like, some animals can do that, you know? Like, bacteria and shit, they can be frozen and, like, pop back up 2 billion years later, after they've been de-thawed. In fact, that's, like, one of the theories on why there's life on Earth. Is the, like, asteroid-carrying life smacked itself into us. And the bacteria de-thawed, but, like, there's no guarantee humans can do that. Might be a bit too complex. But no, people with too much money are really determined to wreak havoc in the future as well. Like Musk, definitely freezing himself. I have no doubt in my mind that when that man dies, he's gonna, like, put himself in a freezer. I hope I'm gone before they figure out how to, like, defrost these people if they can. Because personally, I would not like to live in a world with Elon Musk and Walt Disney. Oh, sandwich is over. Oh yeah, there was a guy with a Garganicle in the latest episode of the anime. They worked well together. I hope that when he appears again, they kind of do more with Salt Cure, because, like, they fucking amped up the horror of that move, which was kind of cool. Reminds me, saw Starlink lining up and going overhead last night. Oh, really? Huh, I didn't realize that was happening. Although, I learned recently that Starlink is, like, a horribly designed thing, you know? Like, since Starlink has gone up, there have been so many near collisions. Between satellites and stuff. And apparently the odds of someone dying by being hit by a satellite in the year like, by the year 2030, will be, like, 60%. There'll be a 60% chance every year that someone's gonna get fucking domed by a satellite and die. Because of Starlink. Because of SpaceX. Which, fitting, they got a picture of it. But they also want like 30k of them up there, and they have 6k up there already. Exactly. Have you guys ever watched the film Gravity? I can't remember who starred in it. Who starred in Gravity? George Clooney and Sandra Bullock were in it. I feel like The Martian was the more popular of the kind of grounded sci-fi films to come out in that era, but Gravity was another big one that came out. Point being, it depicts, I think it's the Roche limit? It is the Roche limit, right? Cahir, Google. Roche limit. No. The Roche limit is when a satellite fucking... And, like, natural satellites too. But, like, when an object gets too close to a planet, it falls apart, basically. Which is, I think, how Saturn's rings were formed. And will eventually happen to Mars and its moons. In probably a few million years. So, if you guys, you know, want to live a... I did it again! I'm getting good at this! I'm getting so good at this. I'm kind of talented when you think about it. That is 2 tofu towers. 2 of them. Yeah, I cannot remember the name of this thing, but basically the point is sideways H, indeed. Yeah, the point is when 2 satellites collide, they make many little bits and bobs. That are then untrackable. They can't track every bit of debris produced by, like, 2 satellites colliding. They can track a few, but they can't track all of them. Now, that's not fun in games. But what's even less fun of games is those are then going to collide into other things. Which is basically going to start a massive chain reaction where things keep colliding, and there's all of a sudden, like, so much untraceable space debris up in space, like, in low Earth orbit, that we won't be able to, like, send anything up there risk-free for, like, 1,000 years. Until all that shit comes back down. Unless we do something about it. The issue is, like, SpaceX sending all this Starlink shit up, and how bad they are at, like, tracking, their satellites and shit. How bad they are at, like, you know, communicating with, other space agencies and shit about, like, where their satellites are. I feel like the odds of that kind of event happening is gonna go up a lot more. But the other thing you've got to consider is, sorry, I watched a video on this recently, and it's stuff that interests me, but it's also kind of terrifying to think that, like, Mr. We're gonna be on Mars by 2030 might be the reason we're not on Mars by 2030. I mean, probably not the reason we're not on Mars, but might be the reason we don't get to Mars this century. This millennium, even. Yeah, the thing you've got to consider is, like, it's going to start off slow, but it's going to, like, how is it? No, it's not a bell curve. exponentially growing. It's going to start low, but eventually it's going to just go exponential as shit just starts colliding. Because there's so much space debris up there. So, yeah, no, I think that's a horrible idea to send 30k satellites up there like that. That's a... Like, especially since it's Starlink doing it. Especially since it's SpaceX. It's kind of comical in hindsight to realize it's SpaceX, you know? Like, of course Musk renamed Twitter to X. He's obsessed with that letter. But yeah, hopefully that's not what happens. Because I bet it'd be like, well, yeah, no, of course it would be. It'd be nigh on impossible to, like, fix an event, or fix a thing like that. To, like, And it would be a shame because it would mean we wouldn't be able to get shit like a moon base. Also, low Earth satellites are, like, rather important. They do, you know, a lot of important things. And, like, a lot of our space stations are there. Although I found out something else interesting, a lot less recently, but still recently. You know the space station, the ISS? That's not going to be around for much longer. That's going to be gone by 2030. They're going to deorbit it. And just let it crash back into the ocean. I don't know if there's, like, a new project planned to be launched, like, after that. But, like, the ISS, they're going to let that plummet. They're going to let that go. Which is... I guess it makes sense, you know? You can't keep something like that around forever. And I'm pretty sure it's, like, served more than it was originally intended... Like, served for longer than it was originally intended to. But I don't know, it's like a constant presence. I guess they finished what they needed to with it. Seems like a waste, though. I guess, like... I don't know, I don't know the ins and outs of a kind of situation like that, but... Yeah, no, I just don't know the ins and outs of a situation like that. I don't know, like, what danger it poses long term. I guess it's probably, like, pretty, like, beaten at this point by, like, random bits of space dust. So maybe it's a better idea to just kind of let it plummet back down and, like, build a new one instead of, you know, replacing core parts somehow. Because I could imagine that that would be harder. But yeah, we'll be sad to see it go. I hope they, like, have a camera on board live streaming. That could be cool. Yeah, it'd be cool to, like, see it go. Guess it depends. No, I think streaming will still be around in some form then. I don't know why I was going to say depends if streaming's even around then. Like, I don't see why streaming would disappear entirely. But, Alright. Boing. Okay, brain back. Brain's back now. Speaking of, you know what, this isn't a space event. I don't know why I was going to call it a space event. This is not a space event. This is a purely human-funded event. Funded? Created event. Oh yeah, hoping to get your new phone soon, maybe next few days. Oh, exciting! Yeah, brain. You know, that's hype. Hopefully it goes well. Hopefully it phones well, you know? Because it's the 15 Pro, right? I know, I saw a thing the other day where, like, there was an issue with, like, pixel burning on the screen. And they released a software update that fixed it? I mean, I guess it probably wasn't, like, pixel burning in, like, the classical sense, then. But it just... I find it funny that it was like, oh yeah, no, like, there's this issue where, like, you know, things linger on screen. But no, it's a software issue, apparently. Yeah, you're looking forward to it. Barely used yours today, and it's 30%. Oh yeah, that's not good. You know, mine's battery's still pretty good. I've had mine about a year or so, though. Also, I realized the other day that it's a 12, actually. That wasn't the other day, actually. I don't know. I convinced myself it was an 11 for the longest time. It's just not. It's just not an 11. It is a 12. But yeah, back when the screen, like, entirely turned off, I checked, like, the documentation for it to see, like, if I, you know, it, like, insured it correctly. And it looked like I had, which is good, I think. You know, I'm pretty sure I did. But I also found out that it is a 12. I don't know how I made that mistake, but I did. Oopsie daisy. I heard about that. Guess you could get screen burn on any OLED displays. But I guess they just refresh the pixels every so often would fix it. Yeah, I'd assume something like that would help, right? I don't really know enough about it to, like, you know, be any kind of reliable source on the matter. But I was wondering if something like that might help, because they've had that issue with F099, haven't they? Where people playing for, like, I don't even think it's extended periods of time have had issues where, like, the car has burned itself onto the screen. Which isn't that good. I've not played that yet, though, so I can't guarantee. I mean, no, I can guarantee. I've seen loads of people reporting it, but, like, yeah, it just doesn't seem good. Maybe I should play it at some point, but I just never really got around to it. It seems interesting. But I don't know, I've never really played any of those, like, 99 games, honestly. Like, I've never really been that fussed with Battle Royales in general. The only Battle Royale I've been, like, at all interested in general, is, like, Minecraft Hunger Games. But even then, I don't really care that much about it anymore, you know? When I was 13, yes, loved that shit. Now, eh. Ugh. You played the Mario one for a bit, 1 month, and then didn't touch it again. That's fair, that's fair. I feel like that's like the thing with those, you know? Like, either you play it for a day and stop playing, you play it till you win like once and then you stop playing. Or I guess you play it like a decent amount for like a while. I don't know, I had a couple of friends, Platt and Kite actually, who played Tetris a lot in college. So when Platt got a Switch, he played a lot of Tetris 99. I think he won a few games as well, because he was good at that shit. I know, it's always whacked to me that apparently if you play Tetris within 2 hours of a traumatic event, you reduce your chances of getting PTSD, like, tenfold. Like, a massive drop in your chances of developing PTSD from the event. If you just play Tetris for, like, 20 minutes. Felix, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. We are talking about, well, I guess, Tetris at the moment. But yeah, we're doing it the Dunsparce Shiny Hunt. Oh yeah, you like Tetris. You're not outstanding at it, but you try. Yeah, no, I picked a few skills up from Platt and Kite, but generally I'm not that great at it. I'm like solid enough. I like Puyo Pop more. Understandable. Can I get gameplay? Oh yeah, I get what you mean. I now know what that game is. Yeah, no, that's a pretty fun one as well. I don't know, I remember enjoying Pokemon Shuffle a decent amount. I don't know the name for that kind of one, though. Is that? No, yeah. I don't really know the name for that kind of one. I know Candy Crush really popularized it, but... Did they entirely shut down Shuffle, or can you still play it? There's a Puyo Pop Tetris on Switch. Ah, fair. Was? Is it not anymore? Alright, we actually did get a shiny on this round, which is nice. Wait, we did, right? Yeah, no, we did. Yeah. I am not a fool. I remembered correctly. I did not indent, however. Yeah, it seems our luck might be in for another drier spurt today. Oh well. That is okay. Don't need that constant luck. There's 2 now, actually. Huh. And multiplying. Mitosis. You love to see it. Go up. But yeah, have been reminded recently that my least favourite day of the year, days? Plural, I guess, is right around the corner. That's right, daylight savings. Boo. Why do we even still have it? Why do we still have daylight savings? I don't get it. It just throws your entire shit off kilter, because all of a sudden, everything's like an hour different than like where it was. Don't get that. Don't understand that. And oh boy, in 6 months it goes back again. Like, what's the point? Like, I get it. It used to be for farmers. You know, it used to be for, like, farmers or some shit. I can't remember the exact thing. But, Bug, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's been going well. We're shiny hunting... Yeah, still the Dunsparce. That hunt has not ended. Still going. But yeah, I'm complaining about daylight savings time at the moment. Don't like that shit. Annoying as hell. Like, it just seems pointless at this point, you know? Useless, in general. But nope, it's still gotta be there because I don't fucking know traditions or some shit. You love that most states are getting rid of it. They are? That's nice, that's nice. I don't know if England will be anytime soon. Hopefully. Hopefully we do. I would like that. I would like that a lot. You like it? Spicing things up by removing or adding an hour. I guess. I should get, like, an asset made. Of, like... You know, when you're playing, like, a visual novel that's, like, very highly focused on, like, you know, communication with people and stuff. Like, Telltale games and stuff, and it's, like, shows when your relationship with someone, like, improves or decreases. You know, that visible... Keep that in mind, Felix. 29th, Oh, it's the 29th. I don't know why. In my head, it's always the 27th. What is not fun about watching the clocks go from 1:59 AM to 1 AM? Okay, that is kind of fun. I'll give you that. But the fun immediately goes away when, like... What's it called? The clock goes from 1:59 to 3 AM, and now all of a sudden you're getting a whole day less of sleep. Not day, hour less of sleep. And you just kind of have to adjust your sleep schedule to that for, like, no reason. You know, it's ridiculous. Tis silly. Oh, that's why... I don't think mine ever did, now that I think about it. Because mine never really was forced to. I don't think mine ever did adjust. Which is why I go to bed so late. So maybe I'll be getting to bed earlier after. So I guess they are a good thing in this specific situation, but then it's a bad thing again. Next March. Why is the playlist ended? I shuffle it and repeat it forever. Redonkulous. No, you don't like walking to the bus in darkness. You don't want to die. That's it, exactly. That's the other thing. Like, I don't like waking up early and then it's so dark outside. Ridiculous. Sometimes you just need to let silly things live. No, I will not. I want it abolished. We as a society can move past daylight savings. No music, just worms. Yes, but just worms means, like, worm noises. Like, squishy worm noises, just, like, in your ears. Underneath, like, what I'm saying, you know? It's like... Aim, hello, how goes it? Welcome to the stream. You've come at an awful time. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. But yeah, today we are It was just more that I was making weird noises, you know? You joined at the point where I was making squish, you know, worm sounds. Also, skipped your classes, that's why you're here. I'm not sure I can recommend that, but glad to have you here all the same. It was a good noise. You know what? I'll take that. I'll take that. Ah, yes, worm sounds exactly. That was a good worm impression. Yeah, I've been practicing, you know. I've never really gotten the hang of like the vibrating the ground to make the worms come up, so I figured that maybe I should start making worm sounds at them so they come up. Genius. Because then if I do that, then I can eat them easier. Just like my grandfather used to do. And I'm not joking. I found this out the other day. My grandfather ate worms. Which, fair, I can't slate that, honestly. I'm not going to criticize that. Who wouldn't? You know? I think... As a worm, you can confirm that that's how we regularly speak. I did not know you were a worm, aim-wise. The more you learn. And when you're asked if you're having a fit, what do you do? In what sense? Like when I'm making worm noises, I will summon the worms up to attack them. Okay. Because that means worms attack. It means worms kill him. And it would be great. They would all like kind of rise up and they'd like drag them into the ground. Legion of Worms by the leader of Cahir Worm, exactly. Exactly. You're literally about to say, for some reason in your head, there was a 0 possibility of that worm-eating thing being a joke. Yeah, no, it wasn't. I was being real. I just think the worm impression would involve a fair bit of wiggling. Yeah, no, the wiggling is like a big part of it, but like it's also like the enunciation, you know. It's about 20% wiggling, 80% worm's language. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Who knows? Maybe I'll learn worms so well that eventually maybe I'll learn it so well that I can cut myself in half, and then there'll be 2 of me. I think that would be pretty fun. You know? Like I get cut in half and like then there's, boom, 2. 2 Cahirs. I'm sure that is some people's worst nightmare. But it wouldn't be mine. Little Worm, announce your wiggles. Announce your wiggles better, or no dirt for you. The translation. I know the translation aim. I know how to speak worm. This has been clarified. You can translate for the rest. Well, no, I already did translate. I just killed them. Just kill that guy. That's what I said. Unambiguously kill that guy. Simple as. Rangers are Magikarp and nothing else. You are putting words in my mouth. Like worms put dirt in the mouths of my enemies. You know what? I should... No. You're putting words in my mouth. Like worms. Worms eat dirt. That's true. That's a good point. But I eat worms, so... Like... Don't get me wrong, although I am becoming the Worm Whisperer... What's it called? Although I am the Worm Whisperer, I also eat them. It's a complicated relationship I have with worms. You know how it is. It's 9:39 and you're not feeling well, so bye. Good luck on getting the 3 segment. Understandable, Brew Grey. Hope you have a great night, and I hope you're feeling better tomorrow. Yeah, get better soon. 1. Worms have so many purposes when you think about it. They're useful like that. Tiger emoji with the worm body. I think that would be a very hard... What's it called? Emoticon to depict. Because the head would be too big. Maybe. If someone can produce it and it be legible, then... then mayhaps. I don't know. I hold on sureties on restarting the chain at the moment. Because it's not all that active. But then again... Maybe I should. Specifically so Mango's lead is, you know, at least reduced. Maybe we'll hold a vote on it at some point. If someone can make a good looking worm emoji, worm tiger emoji, then nice and legible, so that people don't join and go, what the fuck is that? They go, what the fuck is that? But because they understand what it is. But just don't understand the beauty they're looking at. You got a high score when you first joined. Yeah, no, your score's pretty solid. I think you're very high up on the leaderboard. It's just Mango has been at it for the past year. Oh! It's over. It's over. No more Dunsparce. We got but a single sparse. Do you mind, Garganical? High score of what? The Mint Tiger chain. The emoji chain channel in the Discord server. When someone puts in an emoticon, you put in an emoticon after them. The same emoticon. If you do not put in that emoticon, then you get banished. You can make the background transparent, you could do it, but you don't know how. PowerPoint or Paint.net. Okay, yeah, no. Or you could just, like, use... What's it called? That emoji kitchen. Depends if it has worms on it. Are there worms on the emoji kitchen? So I know there are tigers. But, it looks like there might not be worms. That's a shame. Make a tiger pepper. Oh. The issue is some of the things, like, are just kind of dull. Like, what's it called? It just, like, does tiger markings on the thing, instead of doing it interestingly. You can break it if you try to... If you tried enough. We can alternate all night. You can have the high score by the morning in Texas. Probably, yeah. Yeah, I could imagine that occurring. But isn't it half term this weekend, wise, or is it not for you? I don't know. I know it's half term in some places. I don't know if it's half term everywhere in the UK though. We have no plans for the term. Yeah, I was more saying I shouldn't be recommending all-nighters probably. Yeah. No, I do not condone all-nighters. Last time I pulled an all-nighter, I did it on the exact, like, night of when I was having my passport photo taken, and let me tell you, I have never made a worse mistake in my life. Passport photos don't look good anyway, but I look horrible in that picture. I look abysmal in that photo. It's honestly insane how bad I look in that picture. I hate it. Like, you can see the bags under my eyes. I'm, like, a little bit pale because I'm so tired. My eyes are just a little bit dead in general. It's horrible. Cahir advice, pull all-nighters, exactly, yeah. And then get a picture taken after. Pull all-nighters the day before you show the photo. No, that would be a face reveal. I'm not planning on doing one of those. And on the off chance I do a face reveal, that's not the first picture of myself I'm showing to the world. That would be a horrible idea. You're physically impossible for you to do all-nighters. Your body doesn't allow it. That's probably a good trait to have. I don't know, like... I think it should just be for shits and giggles. It's just what we're looking at now. But with some darks on the eyes. Exactly, and a bit paler. You're gonna go? Fair enough, aim-wise. Aim. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Alright. Dunsparce time. Paler? Sir, are you okay? Yeah. I wasn't when I pulled the all-nighter, though. Especially since that was a script, like, I spent the all-nighter writing a script for a video I didn't finish. So all in all, it was kind of a pointless all-nighter. I just pulled it. There was no reason for me to do it. Don't worry, Bug. Most Brits are. No sun and hiding from being too hot or too cold or rain, exactly, yeah. It's just how it be, you know? We got to... Like, like 5 jokes collided in my brain, all hit each other and then exploded. Hobbits were based on British people, that's what I'm trying to say. Although they spent a lot of time outside, didn't they? Never mind. I was just thinking they live in, like, hobbit holes. Made yourself happy by buying your favourite tea today. Very British. What's your favourite tea? I've been having a lot more tea lately. I don't know, I didn't used to be a big tea drinker, but my tea consumption has gone up sharply as of late, since I started helping at a church cafe. Twinings English breakfast, hell yeah. Now, when I was younger, I always used to have, what was it called? PG tips. You're allergic to caffeine, so no tea for you. I guess you're lucky you're not British then, Bug. That would be... That would... Decaf, oh, that's a good point. I don't know, I feel like that's like one of those allergies that doesn't sound that bad on the surface. But it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of shit has caffeine in it for, like, no reason. You're told decaf is not valid. As in, like, you still will have a reaction to it? Or it's not valid tea? If it's the latter, who told you this information? Was it a British person? Alright. Not valid, yeah. That could be the person you spoke to who had a caffeine addiction. Probably. You know, the truth of the matter is, a good cup of joe is a good cup of joe, caffeine or no. Like, the cup of joe, that's the good part. The only way it's an invalid cup of joe is if you heat it up in the fucking microwave. You use the microwave to heat up that water? No. 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 Then it's invalid. Don't do that. There's lots of nice teas that don't have caffeine in. Like, you sometimes have a honey and chamomile, which sometimes you have when you sleep. Ah, fair. Does it taste different if you microwave it? No idea. Because I've never microwaved water to boil it. Because, you know, I'm... not a heathen. It's like more the prospect of why would you do that. Like, I'm not going to be like one of those people who's like, oh, don't heat it up on the stove. Because, like, I understand, not everybody has a kettle, you know? And in fact, I'm pretty sure, like, kettles of days of old used to be heated up on the stove anyway. Although it does make sense a lot more to me why, like, the whole salt in thing to boil quicker is such a thing. Because if you don't have a kettle, then you're not, like, boiling the water before you put it on the stove. Never tried, but you imagine it to be tepid, and the boiling element helps the refreshing feeling exactly. Those are the words I was looking for, instead of just knee-jerk reactions, indeed. But yeah, like, if I, like, need to boil water, I use the kettle first, then I pour the water from the kettle into the pan, and then I turn the hob on, to, like, get it up to, like, a proper boil again. And, like, cook my pasta or whatever. Which means it's nice and quick. Well, it's not nice and quick, because you still have to boil the water, but you know what I mean. Yeah, speeds it up, exactly. Apparently salt doesn't even speed up the boiling process. Like, people always act like salt speeds up the boiling process to, like, an actual degree. It just doesn't, from what I've heard. Like, it technically does reduce the boiling temperature of water by technicality. By, like, you know, 0.03%. The real reason you put salt in water with pasta and stuff is if you're trying to, like, flavor the pasta. But if you're cooking pasta, you're probably going to flavor it with some kind of sauce anyway. I don't know, I've had people treat me like an imbecile for not salting my water. But unfortunately, you have an induction hob, so boiling is slow as balls for you. Ah, that's a shame. So long to have pasta. Abysmal. Love pasta. Pasta's one of, like, the greatest inventions, I think. It just works well, you know. It just generally is, like, a very good food. I always find it funny, I'm not sure if you guys heard of this, but, I'm guessing non-Brits in the audience have not heard of it, actually. But basically, a while ago, I think it was, like, maybe the 60s, maybe the 80s, the BBC on April Fool's Day put out, like, a prank. Put out, like, a false documentary on pasta trees. Implying that, like, pasta grew on bushes. And people, like, harvested it from them. And, like, loads of people rung in, asking for, like, a tutorial on how to grow their own pasta trees, which I find funny. You're a university student, you only eat pasta, so that salt leaked, you feel like you're doing something, makes you feel like you're doing something special. That's fair. I guess I can't say that. Wait, are you just having pasta, or are you having pasta and sauce? But yeah, pasta goes hard. So many good things are made with pasta, you know? Lasagna, spaghetti bolognese, ravioli, spaghetti carbonara, pizza. All use pasta, it's great, really. Pasta and sauce, and if your mum sends you money with chicken, oh, that's actually quite nice. That does sound good. Alright. No. I thought that was a shiny, but it's not a shiny because it's not running away from me. It was running away from me, sorry. But it burrowed into the ground instead of, like, running away normally. I guess that was running away normally. My brain... Oh! That the Dunsparce did not like me getting that close to it. I was not a fan of that at all. It's interesting how the Dunsparce doesn't burrow away, it just runs away normally. I wonder what's up with that. Ah, yes. You remember me calling you a liar? I have called people liars before. I can see that happening. Why did I accuse you of lying? Just gonna walk in some veggies and noodles and stir fry for 10 minutes. Lived off that for a year. That's fair, that's fair. That's good, that's good. I told you instead... Oh yeah, that was you! I thought it was, but I didn't want to be... Oh yeah, that was you, and then you'd be like, what? I don't know, I feel like maybe I'm a little bit too distrustful of people when they're new in chat. Like, I'm always, like, on edge that someone's about to, like, try to pull the wool over my eyes and, like, make me do something, like, offensive or something that I'm unaware of. Or just... To be clear, in that case, it was just make me lose a shiny. I didn't think that was your end goal. But, it's easy to waltz into someone's stream and be a little devious, you know, be a little bit devious, like, oh, if you do this, nothing will happen, and then bada bing, bada boom, the person loses a shiny, and then they cry for 7 years straight, you know? They quit because they get bamboozled so hard. But you were telling the truth, which is very useful fact. Makes me worry a lot less when finding the Dunsparce. So I do thank you for informing me of this bug. Codaman, hello, how goes it? I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. Well, 7 minutes, as this game is easy to get shinies and sandwiches. That's true, that's really true, actually. Although we've only got 2 shinies again today, which is a shame. Our shiny haul is on the lower end. Devastating. Right. But yeah, we're hunting to Dunsparce today. Triple segment. The counter in the top right is how many shinies we found in total. Well, I think I've already told you that. Why are you dinging? 2 shinies in an hour is still way better than the 2-day hunts in previous games. I don't know, honestly, I kind of preferred it. I preferred it being hard, you know? I preferred it being, like, difficult to get shinies. Nowadays you can get well over 2 boxes full. It's just a bit ridiculous. I hope they boost the odds for the next game. Because I don't like how high the odds are at all. You can't remember what it was. Something like raids getting delayed. But you didn't believe me at all. Yeah, no, I can imagine that. Oh, was it the Decidui one that got cancelled? The odds haven't changed, it's just multiple spawns. Oh, no, yeah. I didn't mean, like, the odds have changed. Since Gen 6. You know? And some people argue that's when, like, the downfall of shiny hunting began. When shinies started becoming too, like, common, easy to get. But, I think the odds need to go back up to at least 1 in 8,000. I actually think you think it was home compatibility. Oh! You know what? That makes more sense because of, like... Yeah, no, I think it was, actually. I think I remember that. Don't worry, he doesn't trust me either. No, I swore I wouldn't do a D's not stroke. I'm realizing how distrustful of a person I am now. You're making me realize maybe I'm a little bit too distrustful. Like, I've not even got, like, some tragic backstory to justify it. I just am. Vigilance is good, though. I don't know, I feel mean sometimes. When people are like, yeah, no, I was telling the truth the entire time, and it's like, oh, you mean I was, like, being so distrustful for nothing? Robbie really doesn't trust nobody, huh? Yeah, you understand, but yeah, that's cold. Yeah? I don't know, like, in hindsight it makes sense Rob wasn't going to do a D's nuts joke. But at the time, it would have made sense if he did the D's nuts joke. Hey, I want to sug on D's. A sug on D's nuts? I'll think about it. You're joking. I did just get you, so it'll be understandable. You see, that's why I was, but I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I might be a bit too distrustful. Codaman is proving why, actually. Now that I think about it. Codaman is trying to enforce me as right. But yeah, I know it's funny. I genuinely have no tragic... What do you do? I wonder. I wonder. Not like upon hearing the words D's nuts, you immediately tried to get me with another joke. No. Now, paranoia is warranted on the internet. Okay, I'm glad that you guys do agree. I just feel bad sometimes, though, because, like, sometimes a new viewer comes in and is, like, instantly asking me something, and I'm like, what's your end goal here? Like, when someone offers me, like, a shiny and shit, I wouldn't take it anyway, to be clear. Like, even if someone's been in chat for, like, months, and they're like, hey, kid, do you want a shiny? Like, I wouldn't willingly take it unless I was giving them something in return. And, like, I probably wouldn't take it anyway, just because, what was it called? Fucking... I prefer hunting my own. But, like, if it's a new chatter, I'm thinking, are you trying to scam me? Are you trying to, like, get me to give you a shiny and you don't? You would take money in return for a shiny? Well, that's not doable. I'm broke as hell. You just offered a sweet treat. Nah, dude, those would have just been salty, right? Hey, you got a shiny. Want one of D's? It's a very good shiny. Oh, I love D's. I love his attack. Sug on D's. I guess that would have been an evolution. You love deep nuts? Yeah, I love deep nuts. You know, the deeper the better. Big fan of deep nuts. Mariana Trench nuts? Effervescent. Love those, you know? Bringing a new definition to balls hanging low. What a base stat, exactly. Crazy how it's not considered a pseudo-legendary. Maybe they have raised... No, I don't think they have. Have they? No. I was going to say maybe they have Trying to get to Cahir too hard. No, if you want to get me, you're going to have to, like, you know, try harder than, you know, the classics. Sork on these nuts, Sug on these nuts, Ligma balls. I know them. You see, I learned them all from Matter, baby. You know, the Matter, baby. Alright. You're gonna ask Candace for some. Oh, Candace Dick? You know, that was the one I got robbed with. I thought he was gonna retaliate. You're lost, but you're missing the lore. You're like twice a month. I mean, there's not much lore to get. He's just trying to get me with these nuts jokes. Alright. But yeah. What were we saying before? We got vaguely sidetracked. I can't remember. Gifting a paranoid tiger some of these nuts. Yeah. I'm going to assume that wasn't an attempt. But on the off chance it was, do vary it. Alright. Alright. Need better stuff. Try with the Pokemon, like a Gulpin, Deesnart, Slugma Balls, and wait, what's Gulpin's evolution? That one. I feel like that. Oh no, I can't remember its name. The purple one? Like, there was that one mini game in Gen 4 where you like inflated it. Like blew it up like a balloon, which is like a fun one. I think it was that one anyway. I can't remember its name. Oh, you mean gunshot? Alright. How's your not a mod, sir? Don't you need don't you need a promotion or something? I mean, what's it called? I don't know, I'm not looking for mods at the moment. And I don't want to just, like, lump it on someone without, like, asking. Because I'm also aware that, like... No, I don't want to, like, lump it on someone unnecessarily. Because I'm aware that, like, being a moderator is fundamentally, like... It might not be to everybody, but I'm aware that it could be, like, a layer of pressure, you know? Like... I don't want people to feel like, oh, now I'm a moderator, I'm, like, obligated to come to streams. Like, I don't want to, like, give anyone that impression. If things ever, like, get... What's it called? If chat ever gets too busy for me to moderate myself, I will definitely consider moderating a few more people. But, like, it's not necessary at the moment, so... Like, chat goes slow enough that if someone tries to, like, I don't know, type out the N-word letter by letter, I can just ban them. Like, I can generally do that myself. You like getting drunk on power, make me a mod. You know what, Coda Man, at least you're being honest. That's the other thing. I like... What's it called? It annoys me when people ask for mod as well. But, that's not an issue with anyone in chat at the moment. Love grey name equality in the meantime. Exactly. I don't know, that, like... People want mod for, like, one of two reasons. Number one, to be a nuisance. Or number two, because they want the status symbol. That's why people ask for it. They like having a little badge next to their name. Also, people fucking hate mods for no reason. Like, people act like it could make you, like, better than everybody else, but it doesn't. Because all of a sudden, like, random new people in chat will just have it out for you. Because they have, like, a bad opinion of mods. Like, I've seen it when I've been moderating in friends' chats, and I've been seeing it's, like, friends who are moderating in my chats. Like, people are just so harsh on mods for, like, no reason, even if they've done nothing. Even if they've done nothing at all, because just, like, the idea that some mods do power trip, you know? To be fair, the people who are, like, nasty to mods are generally the exact kind of people you want mods to ban, but... If you ever need a mod, you'll be there. Everyone will fear you, and you'll be one of the most tyrannical mods. Maybe you should not be a mod, but who cares? I mean, yeah, again, like, at some point, it would be nice to have... Like, it would be nice to have to get more mods. Oh, yo, there we go. I was worried we weren't going to get one this run. Yeah, it would be nice to have to get more mods, but at the moment, it's just unnecessary. You hate on mods, but, like, jokingly. You gotta know the mod beforehand. But mods are chill. Yeah, no, exactly. Like, most of the time, mods are just chill. Like... And that's, like, what you want a mod to be, is chill, you know? But because, like, sometimes mods are a little bit power-hungry, and also because, like, often the kind of person who's going to insult mods is the exact type of person who's going to say something nasty. Oh my god, we got it that last second? That was genuinely one of the last spawns of this round. That's crazy. Alright. Let's evolve this guy. Normally you like mods, but there is one mod you dislike. A power tripping mod who banned you for no reason. Yeah, that's fair. Like, obviously, sometimes there are mods who do abuse their power. But I feel like, generally, they're chill, you know? But again, like, it's rare, like, my streams are above, like, 5 viewers, and that's at a stretch. It's just unnecessary for now. I keep on pressing the wrong one. Oh no. Nightbot, you're bully unironically. You're lucky you forget he exists. Nightbot has chirped in occasionally this stream. Nightbot has not posted my Discord link this stream, I don't think. Has it? No, it has. I'm wrong. I don't get why people hate Nightbot. That's the other one. I don't get why people hate that guy. What has Nightbot done other than be a bot, I guess? Well, that was the first one in a while, huh? Yeah, no, like, we got one about halfway through, so that's about 45 minutes. Easy target, and... You know, Nightbot can't defend itself. When you insult Nightbot, it can't say anything back, you know? Unless it's an exclamation mark in front of the thing. Bro, people haven't blocked and everything. Exactly, like, what did my boy do? You know, he's just here to remind you guys to like and subscribe to the stream and to join my Discord. Those are two useful things. It brings you joy to put him down. How cruel. Just because he can't defend himself. I think, they should add functionality to Nightbot to make him... Shit. To make him argue with people who insult him. I think that would be so funny. It's like, whenever you insult Nightbot, it just always claps back. Alright. You would love that. It would be funny. I would enjoy watching that go down. Okay, Nightbot, time to go the way of Old Yellow. Let's take him out back. No! No, my boy! This means the luck's going into the evolutions more than finding the Dunsparces. You see, you'd hope so. There's my boy! Speak of the devil! You should join the Discord. That's so right, Nightbot. The Discord is the best place to be. Because I definitely do not accidentally ping the Discord sometimes. That's not a thing I do. Never once in my life have I accidentally added notification squad too early because I prepared the message for the stream hours in advance and accidentally pressed enter too soon. That hasn't happened once or even twice. Not at all. Nope. That's not a thing. I was waiting for someone to call me out on it, and no one did. There he is, get him! No! You love being pinged. I don't know, I like being pinged. But because I don't get pinged often, you know? It's always like a, oh, someone's messaging me? Who? Who's messaging me, you know? Holy smokes, that was just chatting for no reason. You gotta go. No, he's reminding you guys to like and subscribe if you're enjoying the stream. I feel like I've been doing that more lately. Plugging people to like and subscribe. The issue is I don't think I'm plugging it at the right time. Like, I'm really good at plugging Nightbot to tell people to like, I'm really good at, like, plugging people to like and subscribe. At specifically the points when it's, like, regulars in. At specifically times when it's just, like, people who are always here watching the stream. Which, isn't useful. I mean, it is. For likes. But not for subscribes. Oh, bro, someone messaged me, so someone likes me exactly. Someone messaged me. Is it time? Do I finally get to... Sometimes I do start a sentence. And it starts going out, and then I realise what's at the end of the sentence. And then I twig, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm just about to talk about being a Discord kitten. Is this where I want to go with this? Is this where I, like, want to go with this sentence? Like, is this truly what I want to say? My time on Earth is long, but it is limited also. Do I want to spend precious words Yes, we want to take you out of context. Oh, you can't slate that. What do you mean? You're not a subscriber. Or maybe you are. Only Cahir knows because of YouTube analytics. I might. It depends if you have subscribers on public. If your subscriptions are public, then I can see if you subscribe to me. But I can only see if people whose subscriptions are public are subbed to me. Which is weird. And Streamlabs doesn't even tell me when people subscribe anymore. Like, it used to. It used to do that. It doesn't. It doesn't these days. And by these days, I mean in a year. The last person who Streamlabs told me subscribed to me was someone who subscribed last year. I think it was as I was doing the Pokemon White 2 Wedlock, which was like one of the first series I did after I redebuted. Yeah, a message, and it's an @Europe from a huge server, exactly. It's just like a general, like, ping. You subbed like a year ago on a short. Ah, fair. Interesting. I don't know, I worry that I'm growing too much from shorts. But it always pleases me to hear that people did find me through shorts. What was it called? Because I'm aware, like, short form content is very different from live streaming. Because, like, shorts are even more, like, accentuated ideas than, like, even videos. And, like, you often see, like, big streamers who have, like, a large YouTube presence have people in their chat and be like, oh, this is, like, a lot less interesting than, like, your YouTube videos. Because it's, like, unedited content. But I feel like streaming's become, like, a lot more generally understood. I feel like you see that less nowadays, you know? I'm just remembering, like, back in, like, SMP Live days, like, quite a few of, like, the main actors on it, who, like, made their videos for it, well, like, yeah, no, it kind of hurts when, like, viewers come in from the videos and are like, oh, this isn't anywhere near as entertaining, because it's not, like, cut down to be the most entertaining parts. You know, something like Twitch lets people stream on other platforms at the same time now, you don't know. It does. I don't know, like, I'm unsure on that, because I don't know, I have contemplated doing a Twitch stream again. I don't know if I ever will. I'll probably ping the Discord in general if I do, just to get, like, a general opinion on it. But my issue with the idea of multi-streaming is there's no best case scenario. Like, if you're just starting off, I think it's a good idea. If you're big enough, so at this point you're getting, like, so many viewers. Well, if you're big enough that, like, what's it called? You're making, like, a safe income from streaming, then I'd say it's a good idea. But I think if you're, like, smaller, you fundamentally risk splitting your audience. And, like, when your audience isn't all that big, wait, if I, like, enunciate this properly, then maybe I could clip it as a short. That's so genius. No, yeah, like, the issue is when you're, like, a smaller streamer, averaging, like, less than 10 viewers, if you start streaming on Twitch as well, one of two things is going to happen. Number one, you have to build up from the ground up on Twitch. You're going to have no viewers on Twitch, and you're going to have to rebuild a presence on that platform. Or thing two, you're going to split your audience between YouTube and Twitch. Half of the audience will go to Twitch, half will go to YouTube, and you'll all of a sudden have really low viewer counts on both platforms. So I don't know, I feel like if I do a Twitch stream again, it'll be on Twitch only. But I'm not sure if I want to do that. I don't know, I feel like I've done good growth on YouTube, and maybe I will one day try a Twitch stream again, but I'm unsure. And I think I would just stream on Twitch if I did. If anybody, like, has any, like, particularly strong opinions, like, for or against that, feel free to, like, chime in. I know Twitch is, like, arse with ads. I fucking hate Twitch ads. Like, I know YouTube is getting arsey with ad block at the moment, but Twitch doesn't even get arsey with it. It knows how to, like, slip past ad block. And it gives you genuinely, like, 30-second unskippable ads. Like, not even just before streams. Like, it'll interrupt streams, like, every hour or so to give you another 30-second ad if you're not subscribed to the person. And of course, like, subscriptions on Twitch cost money. Because that makes it so unbearable. Exactly. Like, I'm not 100% sure if that happens on YouTube. I don't think it does. Maybe it will after, like, I'm monetized. But even then, like, you'd be able to skip those or refresh out of those and shit. Twitch, you just can't do that with. And that's what I fucking hate about that platform. Like, to be honest, I switched to YouTube on a whim. My Twitch viewership was like was as low as it was like more or less that like year before, and I was like, okay, I've done like no growth. So I switched. So I switched to YouTube. But like looking back on Twitch, like, although the chatting experience is a lot better, and although it's got, like, channel points and shit, those ads are unbearable, you know? Like, it's so inhospitable for people who don't already like your content and aren't already subscribed or haven't been gifted a sub, just because, like, you have to sit through, like, a 30-second ad to, like, get into the stream. It's weird. You think you've only seen that with like one person on YouTube? Yeah, I'm not sure if I have seen it with anyone on YouTube. But yeah, like, I don't know. I just hate the ad length. You know, it's probably my biggest gripe with the platform, but it's such a big gripe that YouTube just isn't as bad in comparison. You know. But yeah, hopefully the new CEO will make it a slightly better platform. I mean, like, they've made a lot of really good changes lately, which is why I'm, like, considering, like, it in the first place, because it seems like they've made good discoverability changes, and that's, like, one of the biggest issues on Twitch, is discoverability. I don't know, in my head, I'm not... Oh, wait, shit. In my head, I'm not, like, 100% sure on, Sorry, I just remembered something I intended to do, but then didn't. In my head, I'm unsure of... Okay, what was am I looking for? I feel like the average stream watcher finds a streamer through external content. Through TikToks, through shorts, and mostly through YouTube videos, you know? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of, like, you guys are kind of different on that front. Because, like, most of my content is streams. Although Codaman obviously came through shorts. But, like, I discovered, say, RT Game through YouTube. I discovered SMP Live through YouTube. You've never been recommended to stream before. I was thinking that a while ago, but I sometimes do get recommended streams. It's not all that common. It's not all that common, but, like, it does happen. But yeah, my basic point is I feel like most people find people they want to watch stream through external content, you know? Through external content, and they're like, oh, this person streams. I like this video. I'm going to watch this. Well, you recommended Finn's a long time back. Yeah. Oh. Wait, no, I'm registering what you said. Like, it was just in your recommended. Also, what do you mean, you found me by such kinda? Were you, like, looking on, like, the Pokemon Scarlet Violet tag, or...? Yeah, on the most part 3 minutes through YouTube videos, exactly. Like, YouTube videos are, like, the place that you find streamers from and stuff. I think that's where CahirLIVE started to, like, really building up viewership as well, was all those Clipper accounts, who, like, clip bits of CahirLIVE streams. I think, like, YouTube... I think YouTube's, like, the more focused on streaming platform in Japan. So I think, like, CahirLIVE got that boost. Like, got, like, their foot in the door through that anyway, like... And obviously, like, good advertising. But, like, the clip accounts... Like, that's how a lot of, like, Western people found VTubers. So I need to find a clip account who will like me and clip my stream. No. But yeah, like, it makes me wonder if it is worth switching to Twitch in that way, because I wonder if the growth would be different. Like, at the moment, what's it called? At the moment, people find At the moment, people can watch my short and subscribe to me, and that means that they're more likely to see if I'm live on, like, the little sidebar and shit, you know? And, like, that's the hope and the goal. You were watching another streamer who was shiny hunting, which you specifically searched for, and he ended early, so you put related content on the search area. And you were there, hell yeah. I was in related content to shiny hunters, because I shiny hunt. I don't know, I find it interesting hearing how people found my channel, because, like, that's, like, the biggest enigma of streaming, of content creation in general, is you don't really know where your audience is coming from, because people don't tend to, like, declare it upon coming in, you know? People don't enter a stream, like, sometimes people enter a stream and are like, hi, I was recommended this, and shit like that. But, like, most of the time, they'll just be like, hi. But yeah. So it's always interesting to hear, like, where people did find my content from. So it's one of the biggest question marks in general. Like, some people I know. You are related content. I am related content. It's like a badge of honor. Boing. Boing. But yeah, shorts are cracked for, like, growing an audience, not growing growing at least, like, subscriber base though. But I wonder if I need to put more stock in regular videos. Because I feel like it is, like, highlights and shit that, like, that's the... I mean, yeah, I found, like, Small Ant through, like, his highlights and shit, you know? Alpharad as well. Hello, the Dunsparce. Not the Dunsparce, regular Sparce. Alright. Like, it's that or, like, Twitter. But at this point, I don't know. Video, social media, I find so much easier to, like, do stuff for than text-based social media. And I don't know why. Like, I'm so bad at posting videos. Not posting videos. Why did I say that? Sometimes my brain just tries to, like, also complete the sentence. And it fails at what I was actually trying to say. I suck hard at, like, making my thoughts known on social media in that kind of way. Like, the kind of Twitter way, you know? Like, sometimes I'm like, oh yeah, I should reply to people more. And I don't. Because, like, I see a tweet and I'm like, oh, that's cool, you know? I feel like I'm in the wrong mindset, is the issue. I feel like I'm not in, like, a responding mindset. I'm in, like, a consuming mindset, if that makes sense. Like, I'm there to read the tweets, but I don't really have much to add to the conversation most of the time. But, although, I guess it doesn't matter if I have nothing to add to the conversation, because verified accounts never have anything to add to the conversation. And they always appear at the very top. I don't know, verified accounts are, like, hard getting on my nerves on gimmick accounts. Sometimes someone will post, like, a post on Twitter, and I'll be like, oh, I want to know something about, like, this thing, yeah? I want to know, like, either it's often, like, people's opinions, you know? It's, like, maybe a bit more context for a thing and shit. And it is consistently just people with verified accounts posting memes underneath the big meme accounts because they know it'll get them more views. They know if they post their stolen shit-ass memes underneath, like, the gimmick accounts, people who go into the comments will see them first, which will give them the, like, more views and engagement that they want. So they can get, like, their Twitter payout or whatever the fuck. Oh, and all the replies are just similar but less funny memes. Exactly, and sometimes they aren't even similar. Like, half the time they're just entirely unrelated memes. Don't you get paid from likes and stuff? Or is it views too? I think it's views. I'm not sure. I just know that they get paid, so they know they're more likely to, like, get money if they, like, piggyback off others' follow accounts. You know? They know they can just hop on someone else's thing. Also, they're removing Twitter circles in a week. Like, what was the point? Yeah, what was the point in Twitter circles? I never saw anybody use Twitter circles, so clearly it was a useless feature, you know? Clearly, no one cared about Twitter circles, because I was never in a... I never saw anyone posting on Twitter circles. And obviously it can't be that I was never added to anyone's circle, right? Obviously, like, it wasn't because no one wanted me in their circles, surely. That couldn't be it. There's no way. Right? Right, yeah. You prefer the oblongs? True, Edge. True. You're onto something there. What did you miss? They're removing Twitter circles, apparently. But who used those anyway? Maybe we'll be deleting the app once and for all when that happens. I think, honestly, it's so funny, like, with Twitter, because, like, once a month, some, like, news account posts an unreliable bit of information that makes it look like Twitter's going, like, to be unusable. Like, those posts that claim that Musk is going to make people pay to use it in general, and then it always turns out that there's some, like, caveat to it. Like, oh, he's testing making a £1 fee for people who join Twitter in New Zealand. Which is an awful idea, because it means the user base will, like, the new user base will stagnate. There'll be no one new creating accounts, because they won't want to pay that £1. But the pre-existing user base will stay on it. Or, like, that bit where it was suggested that Twitter was going to be banned in Europe. And people were like, oh, finally. It looks like that's not the case either. But people are constantly getting so excited every time, like, this thing... Like, every time it's announced something that will kill Twitter appears. But then it doesn't, and everyone just stays on it anyway. And I find it such a funny, like, loop of... Bad thing is announced. People are like, oh, I'm gonna... Oh! Almost missed it. Yeah, people are like, oh, I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go elsewhere. But then because Twitter doesn't become unusable enough, they just don't. You want to be banned from Europe. That's fair. I can't slate that. I want to be banned from America. That would be an achievement. I'm not even sure what they are. We've not had Twitter for about a year. That's fair. Just a nice mini private account filter talk, filter to talk shit about people and safety, more or less. Alright. But, it's just an interesting loop to me, because people are always just like, oh, yeah, we're going, but then they don't. Like, everybody hates Twitter now, but they're too reluctant to move on from it, because there isn't really a good enough alternative, that everybody's just kind of willing to die with the ship. Which is funny, I find that really funny. You just want to be seen as a threat enough for countries' governments to only feel safe when you can't get in, but you will always get in anyways. Oh, that's another one! Alright. It's worse than it was before, but not as bad as Threads, so I'm still here. Exactly. Threads was the biggest fucking fumble I've ever seen. Like, I cannot stress how big of a fumble Threads was. Like, they had an instant user base of millions, you know? They had, like, loads of people instantly joining Threads off the bat the moment it was posted because it was linked to the Meta brand. And because everybody was looking for an alternative to Twitter. But they made such an arse app, such a shit app, that no one used it for more than a week. Like, I can count on, like, one hand the amount of times I opened Threads. Because it just became so clear that, it became so clear that, like, it wasn't going to promote, like, people you want to see, and was just going to promote brands and big, like, celebrities and influencers who were going to post the most, like, bland shit. Like, me on my way to Threads. Me on a Monday. When the pizza hits. You know, it's shit like that. Ain't Reddit like sweaty Twitter? Not really, no. Reddit! I once heard someone describe Reddit as an anti-social media. And I can't slate that. Reddit is a place for... People often use the term Reddit hive mind, and I feel like that's not entirely inaccurate into how Reddit wants to operate. Because... what's it called? Reddit focuses on the communities rather than the individual, you know? Like, you join r/Minecraft, you don't follow someone for their Minecraft posting. You know? You follow a subreddit of a niche you're into, instead of follow a person who posts about a niche you're into. Which means you don't really get to know the people on it unless they become memes for some reason. Like, you don't get a following on Reddit, you know? If you want to build your brand, Reddit isn't really a place to go unless you're posting, like, clips of yourself streaming on it to try to get more people to go to your streams. But even then, like, you're not posting the clips of yourself so they follow you on Reddit so they follow your streams. You're posting clips of yourself so they see your streams and follow you directly there, you know? You're not hearing anything about how about their metaverse now. Since Zucker posted that monstrous avatar that looked worse than a me. Dude, they're advertising so much on TV. Like, when I sit down with my dad, well, like, when he's watching TV and shit, like, there's often meta ads on when they're, like, trying to promote the metaverse, trying to, like, convince people it's still worth it. And it's so funny to me, because it flopped so badly, but they've spent so much money on it at this point that they're, like, scared to pull out, you know? Like, they've envisioned it as, like, this lifestyle-changing thing, but they really jumped on it way too early, you know? They tried to be ahead of the curve, but they went way too ahead of the curve. Reddit is where you hear, well, since matter can either be created or destroyed, she dissolves the universe. And so she, yeah, no, you hear that on Twitter as well, to be fair. Like, Yeah, people say that shit on Twitter as well. Like, that's not like a Reddit versus Twitter thing. That's just a degenerate anime fan thing. You know? That's not like a specific social media thing. That's just because some people are, you know, fundamentally dislikable. Down to their core. And have only managed to socialize with other people who are fundamentally dislikable. How do you spend so much money and the product still looks like shit, though? That has to be a laundering scheme. I could see it just being, like, being pumped into advertising, or... like, maybe it is a laundering scheme. I don't know. I don't know enough about it to, like, comment on it to that degree. But, like... just with how hard they're pushing it, it feels like it isn't, you know? With how hard they're pushing it, it feels like they're, like... genuinely still wanting it to work out. But... everything they're doing has already been done. And anything they want to be is years away. I'm going to take a drink. My throat is getting dry. Like, honestly, I'm not even convinced that VR technology is the future in that kind of way. I feel like it's going to have its niches, you know? Like, I feel like VR is going to be a fundamentally useful thing. But I'm not sure it's the future of gaming, or... oh, the sandwich is over. I'm not sure it's going to be, like, the future of gaming or anything like that. Just because it's too clunky to, like, put on, you know? Like... a gaming console is already set up. You press a button and you're in. VR shit you have to, like, put on. VR is lit, I tried it. Yeah, VR is cool. Like, it's cool stuff. But I just fundamentally think it's not user convenient enough. I'm not going to say user-friendly enough, because I don't think that's entirely true. But I don't think it's convenient enough for, like, a general user base to, like, get into in that way. Outside of, like... specific niches. You know? We'll know when they're at rock bottom, when they tried to get people hyped for NFTs. Didn't they already try that, though? I swear they already tried that. Which reminds you, you saw Bored Ape stuff when a few years ago they were like 5 mil. Now being valued at like 20 quid. Yeah, no, NFTs have fallen off massively. Who could have guessed it? I don't know, fucking tech bros are the funniest people, I think. Because they're just always trying to convince the world that, like, the thing that they're interested in at the moment is the next big thing, and it never is. Like, there's always some fundamental flaw with it that means, of course, it's not going to be the next big thing, but they just are so, like, in their own world that they never understand that it isn't. Of course it isn't. But you're the one guy who's corrected VR, so you may have been biased. So no Ready Player One future? Unfortunately not. Unfortunately, there will be no SAO onlines. You will not be the next Kirito. I hate to say it. But yeah, like, I don't know, I feel like VR is just a little bit too clunky. Alright. But you wanted to be a protagonist. Have you tried sitting at the back of the classroom and staring out the window wistfully? I think that's the key. Alright. Rob, I'm not sure, you might want to rethink the phrasing of that. Or is that like an actual thing from SAO? Alright. That's a thing? Huh. I was gonna say genuinely sounds like edgy 14-year-old shit. I did it twice in one stream! I did it twice in one stream! You love to see it. You love to see it. Gonna be honest, this is my best one, I think. This is my best one so far. You see that shit? That's vertical. That is a vertical sandwich. I am a visionary. Let's face it. Your classroom doesn't have windows. And the one that does have windows are literally behind you. No. And you can't be a protagonist. I'm sorry, Bug. Did they make the tofu less wobbly or something in an update? Or did you just get better? I got better. I refuse to believe it's anything, but I'm just really good and cracked at this. You know? I have decided that it's just because I'm really good at doing this. And that's the reason. I had enough practice. He wears the black coat, so it gets called that. SAO! There's a lot of shit in that. I don't know, I've never seen it. But, like, I've never heard anything appealing about that show. Are you usually live this late? I am, yeah. I generally end in about half an hour. So yeah, this will probably be the last sandwich, I think. But yeah, no, I generally end about 10:30 my time. Oh, that's true. So I guess I'll be streaming later? When daylight savings happens? Have you ever had Five Guys burgers and fries? Yes. I'm still paying off the mortgage on it. You watched 3 episodes and quit. You watched them all. Interesting, like, split we have here. At once? I beat you to the joke. I wasn't even sure if that's where you were going with that, but Five Guys is so... I don't know. It's just so expensive. It's, like, decent. It's pretty good. Five Guys in terms of fast food is actually really good. But it's just so costly. 3-year anniversary of Crown Tundra, apparently. I saw that. Yeah, that's whack. Interesting that now it's the 3-year anniversary of that, because obviously, like, we don't even know the release date of the next Scarlet Violet DLC. Yes, all at once impressive. It must have been hard to figure out what was going on, but probably the best way to watch a series. Alright. All the money from one customer goes to the manager. The manager gets paid 5 times more than the guys who work for some reason. Yeah. That's... You just described jobs? The people higher up get paid more than the people doing the actual work. It's just how it be, you know? No, but like, without the guys will it work? It wouldn't. If the 5 guys weren't working there, it just wouldn't work. But... I don't know, to be fair, it's not even like the manager's fault though. Although managers are generally assholes for like no reason. With no manager, it'll still work, but slower? I feel like the manager isn't generally the issue in terms of money, though. It's people higher up the chain, you know? That's what she said. I can't even remember what I said to invoke that. Alright. But yeah, you know, but like, why did the ones who don't work make bank location owner make bank location owner acceptable managers? Wait, what? Why would the location owner deserve to make the bank though? I don't know, like I'd say even the I think I'm a bit too tired to explain the flaws of capitalism at the moment. If you want to know why capitalism's bad, watch like Hassan or something, I don't know. Alright. Oh! No, but like without the 5 guys at work, that's what she said. Alright. Is this you coming out as a communist? I'm not a capitalist, that's all I'm sure of. Oh, this is Codaman coming out as a communist, though. You know what? I respect that. But yeah, shit is fucked, because it is, like... Like, the people who, like, make the burgers and shit, what's it called? Like, the fact that they get paid the least and are considered, like... They're considered essential workers, but they're considered, like... worthless. At the same time. It's just such, like... It's so bizarre. But, again... Issues of capitalism. I want to know your favorite form of entertainment. Is it YouTube live streams? YouTube shiny hunting live streams. That's what I'm banking on. No, but they're up there. Yes! Made the list. Damn, already 9 minutes in. Did we get a shiny? The people quitting notice list to a bad boss. Oh, I do love those. Those are fun. It's always just so satisfying how deserved it is that like this person's getting like spat in their face, but you have to wonder if they're actually going to learn. The boss is begging to stay is so fun. Yeah, it's like, it kind of shows how much power the employees have in, like, a general. You know? Like, the boss treats them like shit, like he can walk all over them, but the moment the employee implies that they're going, the boss realizes, oh, wait a minute, I need this person, you know? Like, it's a weird contrast. Like, if you need this person, if you need them there, then why do you treat them like shit on the bottom of your shoe? No, please, training employees is expensive. Exactly. Like, if you didn't want them to quit, then why are you treating them like that? Like... I don't know. One thing I will always remember is, like, I almost quit my job once. Well, I did quit it in the end, actually. You're gonna head out? Fair enough, Bug. I hope you have a great rest of your day. But yeah, I did quit that job in the end, but, like, I almost quit it at one point. Like, no, okay. I quit after my contract ran out, to be clear. But I almost quit about halfway through. And it was at, like a just general, like, department store. And I was, like, helping do the Christmas section, you know? And, one of, like, the assistant manager was just, like, a massive ass, you know? But yeah, I remember, like, the actual manager coming up to me, like, during that day, and being like, yeah, Cahir, I put you on the Christmas section because I trusted you. And it's like, the fuck you didn't. You did not put me on the Christmas section since you trusted me. No. Okay, to be clear, it was more like she was like, I put you on the Christmas section because I trust you. I trust people I put on the Christmas section. I don't put people on the Christmas section who I don't trust. And I saw through that immediately. It was such a flimsy lie because A, I was put on the Christmas section immediately after I was hired. B, all of my co-workers were 16. Just looking for, like, some winter work. All of my co-workers were college students, basically just working there because they wanted, like, some side income. It was fucking ridiculous. Like, if you want to, like, lie to me to make you feel me feel valued, make it a good lie, goddamn! Like, it just sticks in my mind, you know? Like, I had, like, the two worst kind of managers at that job combined. Because one of them was, like, full smile all the time, you know? But clearly didn't really like you. And the other was just, like, straight up an arsehole all the time. I hope YouTube works out for you, so you don't have to work with a boss that's too bad. Because sometimes we can be a dick to ourselves. Yeah, I don't know. I'm happy with this being a hobby at this point. It's a fun hobby. I do this because oh, second sparse. I do this because I enjoy it. And I always have. Yeah. You were here, PogChamp. Mawipello, how goes it? Are you Abercremie? Have you changed your username? Or is this another Alcremie appreciator here? Always round. I hope your week's gotten off to a good start. More shiny indeed. Alright. Yetsu, even you got it right. Hell yeah. You witnessed 3 shiny things being shoved up balls. Could have worded that better. Yeah, you could have, couldn't you? I didn't increment. I didn't increment. Like, that's like... I wonder if I've missed any Dunsparces, just because I forgot to increment. I'm better at doing it with Minccino, because it's become more of like a habit. Because it's like a methodical thing. You know? Like, it's, enter game, see Minccino, soft reset, increment. Green cat man says, pat on the head. I'm a tiger, not a cat. You stay away from my head. I bite. Want to be clear. He walked out of a job at Sports Direct before, had booked time off like 2 weeks in advance with them, and then this guy was like, you're coming in day before, otherwise hand in your shirt, and you did. Yeah, that's fair. Deserved. That's like the exact kind of thing I love to hear. It's like, they're always like, here's an ultimatum, and like, they take the ultimatum, and like, you take the ultimatum because you don't care about your minimum wage job in retail. Right. Has that the music stopped? It has. Despicable. Alright, what we got? Alright. You give your plan. That's your plan. You give £2 an hour. You give your plan. That's your plan. You £2 an hour job ain't worth losing an entire day's and loads of money from rebooting fees. Rebooking fees. Yeah. I think I get you. It was last chance. You're going to see your granddad, and you weren't going to miss it. Oh yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair. Like that's the goal that really gets to me, you know, is when people are like, what's it called? Is when people are like, oh yeah, fuck brain. That's what they're like. It's when people are like, oh, I've got like a family thing I'm doing, and then the company's like, oh, we're more important, and it's like, no. You're not. Why would you ever think you're going to be more important? Why would you think you're going to have priority in this situation, you know? Like, this isn't a winning situation for you. Why do you think it is? And I guess it's because other people bend over to them, but, like, why? Why do you bend over? Why do you, like, give them leeway on this? Time off is, when you can't get stingy. Because that's what makes or breaks a job exactly. Is that? No, it's just reflections. That's the one thing I'm always, like, firm on, is, like, my me time. And that's why I hate retail a lot. Because retail, it feels like retail, a lot of, like, retailers deliberately design themselves to kind of keep them the most important thing going on. They only, like, the place I worked at, like, it only really updated its, like, work schedule, like, a couple of days before the next week. Like, it only, like, updated, like, the week plan a couple of days before the next week. Which almost felt like a deliberate move to stop you from, like, planning, like, meetups too far ahead. Like, planning to do things, like, too far ahead. And, like, they wouldn't alert you when they're switching, like, your off days and shit. And it just genuinely felt like a deliberate act to keep them, like, the most important thing. Netflix has infinite PCO, with one condition. Past a week's break, you must work at least an hour from your holiday home. Huh. I don't know, like, I'd... Sometimes you want to take more than a week off, you know? Although it depends, what job do you want on Netflix? Like, just customer support, or... Like, it sounds nice on paper until you want, like, a 2-week holiday. Alright. Like, I don't know, it sounds like a good deal on paper, just, like... Um. You get that, but 1 hour out of an entire 24 hours, even though time increases slowly until normal working hours, I think, are fair. Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Like, I feel like it's an interesting system, especially with like unlimited, especially in the pitch of like unlimited. But I've heard like a lot of companies who do let their employees have unlimited time off don't see it get abused, and in fact see a rise in productivity. You know, like if people want to work for you, they're not gonna just take unlimited time off. You know. So if you give them unlimited time off, that shows that, you know, you care about them, which makes them more inclined to work for you. Yeah, they're always burnout, exactly. Alright. My brain is starting to get foggy. Did you miss a shiny? I don't... maybe. There's a chance. I hope I didn't miss a shiny. I've got 2 this one. 2 this bit so far. Yoink. I don't know, I've not been focusing loads. Like, my brain is starting to shut down, which isn't that great, you know? My brain's starting to be like, oh, it's late now. I got up earlier, a lot earlier than normal today, and like my brain is starting to wear down. But yeah, I just want to like make clear again. What was it called? I will be taking a week off. I will be going on holiday starting this Friday. So this is the last shiny stream for a whole fortnight. Are you all packed for your holiday? I'm going on Friday, so... do I need to be? I've not even bought all the things I need for my holiday. I need a new pair of shoes. I've been wearing, like, my current pair of shoes since, like, well before 2020. They're, like, a pair of old hiking boots, and honestly, they're good boots. I love my shoes. My boots, they go hard. But, like, I probably ought to get a more respectable pair of shoes. Like, my shoes... Oh, third. Like, these shoes are kind of based off my actual shoes. I have a full body model, by the way. Just so we're all on the same page. What's it called? I feel like it's, I don't show it off that model. That often. Even though I probably should show it off more. Since, you know, I paid extra for the full body. I almost ran away. You want to be Walter White for Halloween? You gonna commit? You gonna shave? You gonna shave your head for it? You looked really tall for one frame. Yeah, no, I am. I'm really tall. Uh-huh. Yep, that's me. Yeah, sure, yeah, good. You gotta commit, you know? You gotta shave your head. I'm kinda like... Sorry, I'm kinda particular about where I want my model. Nice boots. You have some Timberlands. You're kind of scared to wear them. That's fair, I can't slate that. Don't want to scuff them. When they nice. I don't know, honestly, I've always only had, like, one... Aren't you, like, actually tall, though? Yes. Very. I'm 7 foot. Yeah, they were kind of pricey. Then, yeah, that's fair. I don't know, yeah, You only have 2 feet. Haha! Peasant. Imagine. Alright. But, alright. Yeah, no, my brain just shut down for a moment. I apologize for that. My brain is now back up and running. Luckily, we only have about 5 minutes left of this hunt. And then I can, I'd say go to sleep, but I probably won't be able to, you know? Like, sometimes I do get really tired, you know, from a long day. But when it's actually time to, like, go to bed, my brain's like, what if we didn't do that today? What if we went to bed at normal time still? Not sure about that one. I feel like I had a weird dream recently, but I can't remember it anymore. Like, what if we didn't sleep, though? I like sleep, you know? Like, I know, like, some people are like, oh, yeah, no, I don't like sleep. No, I like sleeping, you know? Fourth? All of our luck is like now. No! Fuck yourself! Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Where did it go? Oh no, it's just because it's in range. Go away, fuck off, I don't care about you. Okay, cool. It's a mod, get an iPod. No! Leave my boy. Wait, isn't this the 4th? Which means it's this. I think so. There we go. You know, I enjoy sleeping myself. I wouldn't want to give up sleeping. I enjoy getting a full night's rest. I enjoy beds. Beds are comfy. Yeah, we got 4. This is our most successful run so far. Not bad for a final run, indeed, indeed. Yeah, only 3 minutes left, but, like, that's a good one. Make sure to like and subscribe or you're a cringe nene, baby. Are you trying to steal Nightbot's job, Coda Man? Is that what's going on here? Yes. You know what? I can't slate that. How am I in your range? Alright. Hydrogen bomb versus coughing baby. I think that's one thing that will always stick in my head. The invisible hitbox. They're so large. I don't get it. I hope they shrink him in the next game. I do wonder what we'll get though. If like, I think it'd be funniest case scenario, we don't get a game next year. Because you know people will complain about it, and, you know, once again, the Pokemon community will be the laughingstock of the entire internet. As after complaining about their games and games being rushed for the past fucking 5 years, the moment we don't get a game, I know the community will be like, how come we didn't get a game this year? Oh my god, this is awful. Like, I bet you love that. Yeah, no, if we don't get a game next year, I bet that will happen. I wouldn't be surprised if we do get a game next year, but if we don't, you're gonna send that email to Game Freak. Delay your games, it'll be so funny. Next time we call it coughing, we need to call it baby. That's true, actually. We should do another coughing hunt. Oh, did I actually ever show? You know, I'll show it after I've, Dunsparce. You know how it is. I don't know, I'd be fine stewing with Scarlet and Violet for a bit longer. I know a lot of people wouldn't be. I know a lot of people out there don't want Scarlet and Violet to have to last another year, but I'd be fine with it. I feel like the other thing I could see happening is kind of what happened in Gen 6, where we get a remake next year, and then the year after we get nothing, so we can get Gen 10 for the 30th anniversary. And I really hope that is what happens, and they just get that extra year of development to really, like, polish the game off. I had also assumed that in that case Gen 10 would be the first game on the new Switch. First Pokemon game, I mean. Not the first game, the first Pokemon game. I wonder how far into the year that's going to come out, to be fair. Like, I wonder if it'll be, like, an early into the year thing. Or what? Because the Switch came out in, like, March. But, like, I don't really remember when it was announced. Oh, there we go. We have finished. I forgot about this part. The part where the game has to lag after the sandwich is over. I don't know why it does that. Genuinely no idea, but it does. Before we do the Dunsparce, I just quickly want to note that I evolved Asthma into a Galarian Weezing. Because Galarian Weezing is cool, and I decided I wanted one. So Asthma is Galarian Weezing now. So we're all on the same page. Alright. 4 whole evolutions to evolve. Oh, sir, exactly. Alright. Let's get all these guys learn Hyper Drill. Learn Hyper Drill. Learn Hyper Drill time. Alright. And now, it's evolutions. Alright. I don't know, I'm not hopeful. Maybe I shouldn't have acknowledged. I guess you kind of have to when you're evolving them. I don't know. Like, I always find that I don't get the shinies when I'm thinking about the shinies. It's a weird thing. But, like, I feel like if I'm thinking about the shiny, I don't get it, you know? If the shiny is on my mind, I do not get the shiny. Although, to be fair, we're looking for, like, a specific thing rather than the shiny, you know? Can you think about Pokemon Let's Go Johto next? Why do you not want it to happen? Don't worry, I can egg on a Let's Go Johto, like the Mewtwo spin-off game, and it won't happen. If you wish, I can definitely try that. Alright, last one. Triple segment? Oh my god, are we gonna get the triple segment? Triple segment last? Oh my god. Yo, we didn't get it! Wow! Anyway. I think that's gonna be where I cut things a bit... Yeah, where I end. I was gonna say cut things short, but that's just not true. We're not cutting them short at all. But yeah, thank you all for coming. You want Let's Go Johto. To be fair, I would not mind Let's Go Johto. I kind of like the Let's Go games. But yeah, thank you all for coming. I hope you all had a great time. I certainly did. This was our last shiny hunting stream for a couple of weeks because I'm going on holiday. And next Wednesday will be my last stream before I go on holiday, where we'll be doing more Pokemon Volt White Nuzlocke. So do be sure to stay tuned for that, because that'll be my last stream in a bit. So if you want to be there for that, I'd highly recommend being there for a bit. But But yeah, I hope you all had a great time. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all on Wednesday. Goodbye and good night.